Good evening. Teluguratham and its organ, SUPHALA Foundation, has taken up a new project of highlighting the eminent personalities of different fields and sectors who have shown an excellent performance and given their impressions through their profession, occupation, and other dedicated service. These yesterday's personalities have clearly left their impression in achieving the said excellency in their respective field, and that impression is still going on for the current generation. And we thought it is the responsibility of agencies like Supala Foundation, a voluntary body, to highlight those achievements of those professionals and excellent personalities through the contemporary generation, and as a guidance factor we have to transmit to the future generation, particularly the young sector. So we have rightly highlighted through the caption luminaries. In Telugu you call Chirasmaraniyulu. So today we intend to highlight the great personality, that is Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, and let us go through his personality and achievements of bygone years, well before our father of nation Mahatma Gandhi, with whose dedicated approach only India got its independence. So Mahatma Jyotirao Phule today is our illuminary. Let us pay regards, tributes, and salutes. Let us briefly summarize his biographical sketch as well as achievements. It was Mahatma Jyotirao Phule who said for the first time that the main defect of Indians lies in looking at the problems connected with the fight made against the Muslim rulers of the past in the customary way, and the problems faced by the society from the priests of the olden days. He said that problems should be looked at from the angle of the hard workers who make available products to the society. Mr. Jyotirao Phule was born to the Chimnabhai and Govind couple in February 1827. He pursued his education from the 7th year to his 11th year in a school situated beyond the limits of Pune. Later, he studied in the Murray Mission School. He studied the life histories of Chhatrapati Shivaji, George Washington, Thomas Paine, and Levin and their writings. So these can be summarized that Mr. Phule got influenced from these personalities and by reading and following their literature. As he had studied the biographies of such great persons, his tastes and thoughts were different from those of others of his age, as there were hard and fast rules connected with religions in the society. In those days, those who belonged to the highly educated upper class and upper castes played play a prominent role in administrative matters. In course of time, Phule began working on behalf of Dalits and built up a social movement in Bombay province and influenced the minds of the Dalits. He decided that in order to gain respect in the society, education was a must, and he was true also. So the Dalits also should be educated and be honored appropriately and respected. He started speaking out about education for Dalits and their rights as also their share in the wealth of the country. He established schools for them for their enlightenment. In 1870, a public meeting was held in Pune. The main aim of the meeting was to propagate the idea that all men were equal. Many educational institutions, individuals, newspaper and press media, and young reformers encouraged Mr. Phule. He used to go to schools run by Englishmen as also to his friends and acquaintances and discuss with their social and religious reformation and make them think. As a result, the conventional world ideas got weakened, and in their place, the people of different communities started studying together and working together. By 1840, Jyotirao Phule and his friends could sow new seeds of reformation in the society. In 1852, the Education Board suggested to the Bombay government that it should honor Phule for the work in educating women and Dalits. The college principal, Thomas Candy, honored the Phule on behalf of the Bombay government at a public meeting in Pune. Phule felt that as a flower of the Hindu religion, the attempts he made towards women's education were not sufficient enough to help them. He wanted to tell the people of the country, particularly the Dalits, about the greatness and need for education. He recognized the pivotal point of religion was embedded in the folklore of Maharashtra. So he rewrote the ancient stories with his modern commentary and created an alternative literature. With this process, he opened the eyes of the Dalits. He wrote articles to the newspapers with this idea in mind. These writings awakened the Dalits and other downtrodden sects and provided them knowledge about the relationship between them and other castes. The society responded to the new thinking and their ideas gained importance. Fule tried his best to turn the people away from their misgivings on social problems of the day. The old superstitions and traditions that held sway on the minds of people by giving lectures, explaining clearly the problems, and by publishing small handbooks. He wrote a play called Tritiya Ratna, exposing the activities of priests who, in the name of God, deceive and divert the attention of people in wrong ways, receive donations and gifts from gullible people. In his book of essays under the title Jati Bheda Vikasar, he explained how the upper classes dominated in all fields of life for centuries. There is a lot of difference between respecting humanities values, humanistic values, and implementing them with a sense of dedication. Fule is the man who put into practice the ideas which he believed without confirming them to mere words. He identified the powers and forces which divided the society in the name of caste. He learned how the society got divided into Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaisya, and Sudra castes and how they delivered the low castes. He was pained at the sufferings of the Indian women who were subjected to humility and suppression in the patriarchal system without equal rights. He was determined to support and uplift them. He educated his wife Savitri and appointed her as a teacher in the school established by him for the suppressed classes. Thus, he paved the way for the Dalits also to get educated. The articles written by Phule in newspapers influenced the minds of the Dalits. To put it briefly, Phule was the first man who began to work for the upliftment of Dalits. The upper classes opposed him in many ways out of jealousy and humiliated him and threatened him, but he never stepped back. He worked for the betterment of the Dalit classes with single minded devotion. At the meeting, which was attended by the Dalits in lakhs, to the Maharaja of Baroda, who was the chief guest, addressed Phule as Mahatma, a most appropriate title, which he got well before Mahatma Gandhi got. This way of address became Phule's title, and the Dalits applauded resoundingly. Dr. Ambedkar, the man who prepared the Indian Constitution, declared Phule as his guru and wanted to write the biography of Phule, but he could not accomplish his wish. Sri Dhananjay, his friend, completed the task of writing and fulfilling the biography of Mr. Phule. Phule is the great man who, before the birth of Gandhi, declared that untouchability was inhuman. Though he was expelled from the community, Phule educated his children and other children of the depressed classes and the orphans. He encouraged widow remarriages and attacked child marriages, explaining the evil effects. He condemned the practice of tonsuring the head of a widow. He said that gaining social democracy was more important than gaining freedom from foreign rule. Jyotirao Phule died in his 63rd year in 1890. This excellent personality and a yeoman service extended to the improvement of conditions of Dalits and drought society and backward classes. It is a very impressible performance, and his life achievement is surely a mark of path to be followed by the current generation, and it is also the responsibility of the contemporary generation to pass on the personality and the services extended by Mr. Phule to the society, to the future generation also, so that the conditions um, of downtrodden Dalits and other backward classes will continue to be flourished along with others in the society. On his death anniversary, the Teluguratham and also SUPHALA Foundation, along with the project of Luminaries, let us pay respects, tributes, and salutes to the first Mahatma of India, that is Jyotirao Phule, who is known as Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. Let us pay tributes, and I salute the great personality. Thank you very much. We will meet another luminary shortly. Till then, goodbye, good night. Thank you.